Today I want to talk about my favorite little people, toddlers. I love toddlers. I especially love toddlers even more now that I'm not raising any because my youngest is now 5 and so I am out of toddlerhood. And when you're not in the throes of toddlerhood, toddlers look so much cuter because when you're dealing with all their behavior, it can be exhausting and you kind of lose perspective. And so I want to help you with that today. So I want to talk about 4 truths that any parent who's raising a toddler needs to learn and accept so that they can enjoy their toddler a little bit more. So the first one, which you're going to totally hate me for, is there will be no learning curve with your toddler. I am so sorry. Do not kill me or shut this video off. This is just reality. I tell people this in my practice, my therapy practice, all the time. You know, toddlers, you are laying the foundation. And so, like, if you're going to build a house and you drive by and you're really excited about, you know, your new house that's being built and you're just seeing them pouring the concrete and they're pouring the foundation, you're going to be like, where's the house? Like, when are they going to get started on the house? But they're actually making one of the most important parts of the house, because if they don't make that solid foundation, the house that they're going to build that you're so excited about is going to crumble. And I look at toddlerhood very much the same way. You are pouring in that concrete, you're pouring in that foundation. And so it's going to take a while for it to harden. It's going to take a while for it to solidify and be stable. But if you don't have that concrete in there, everything you build on top of that is going to come tumbling down. So stick with it and realize that you're not going to get any payback, any aha moment from your little person, maybe until the very end of toddlerhood or a little bit afterwards. But it's worth it. Be consistent. The second truth that you need to know about your toddler is that they're going to have tantrums. And if your toddler is having tantrums, that means you are doing a good job. I know that sounds totally weird, but trust me, if your toddler is freaking out, that means you are setting clear and consistent boundaries and you are setting clear expectations. And little toddlers are not going to enjoy that because they're a scary combination of a desire for independence. Their frontal lobe is not fully developed and it won't be for a really long time. And they have no impulse control and they have poor gross motor skills. So talk about a scary combination. So they're like a walking disaster. And you as the parent are going to have to set limits. Hey, get down from there. Hey, no, mommy didn't say you could do that. Hey, stop doing that to the dog. That's gross, right? So that is part of your job, is to be consistent, to be calm, to set firm limits and firm expectations. And it's going to be your toddler's job to freak out about that and to melt down and to be dysregulated and to be frustrated. And that's okay. That just means you're doing a good job. Okay. Truth number 3 is that you are raising a 3-nager. There is a reason why that is a term, because toddlers are just as dysregulated and moody as a teenager is. And so your toddler is going to be super happy one minute and then they're going to be throwing your waffles and wanting something else the next minute. And then they're going to be super happy again and you're going to think, what is up with my toddler? Do I need to get them some serious help? Because their mood swings are like ridiculous. No, they're just being a toddler. It's okay. They'll grow out of that. So truth number 4, and my last truth for today, is if you have a toddler, you have a picky eater. Now, if you're like, hey, Natasha, not me. My child eats green beans and broccoli. The rest of us have picky toddlers. So if I say goldfish, pizza, chicken nuggets, then you would be like, yeah, that's my toddler food. Toddlers are naturally picky eaters, and there's a reason for that. They have a very sensitive palate, and they are just getting used to textures and lumps in their food. And so, you know, they're going to be very picky. They might be very sensitive to temperature. It's too hot, it's too cold. But most toddlers work through this just fine. And so it's not worth getting revved up. If your child is eating enough food, they're gaining weight, and they seem happy, and your pediatrician is not worried about it, relax. It's going to be okay. You have a toddler. There's something called toddler food. That is what they eat. You can try and be really creative and sneak vegetables in and do whatever you want. That's awesome. But understand that your toddler is acting like a toddler, and it's okay. They grow through it. So I hope that helps give you a little bit of insight into what is normal and what to maybe relax about. Because if you let all this go and realize, hey, my toddler's not going to get it, and it's my job to teach and it's their job to push limits, and guess what? You're going to start really enjoying your toddler a little bit more. All right. I hope you have a great week. I will talk to you next week. Take care.